Just because you're new doesn't mean that you're going to do a bad job or you're not worth trusting. You're definitely worth trusting. So use what you have. You've got us.
You can't clean a car with a cup of water and some paper towels.
It's already looking good. It's one review.
Our biggest deal ever is almost across the finish line.
Just going for a single review.
Would you consider yourself a detailer?
Far from it. I don't even know what I'm doing.
Bruh.
Just wiping this thing down. Detailing so far is, and I know I am just using some water and a paper towel, but it does seem pretty straightforward. Get this nice and get all these little smudges off. Smudge. I feel like I would do terrible in this business because I feel like I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. So I probably spend way too much time on a car. It's very hard as I'm learning to get customers with the oil changes without paying for ads. And in return, we're not really getting any reviews. And I spent all last night coming up with this new marketing plan and figured, well, one, need some credibility, especially on these landing pages. You need some social proof. And the only way to get social proof is if you have customers. And we don't have any customers, and we need some reviews.
So at this point, I really don't know what I was doing. Harrison came out and told me to stop, but it was definitely a learning lesson. If you're watching this, just know there are way better ways to get real reviews.
You can't clean a car with a cup of water and some paper towels.
It's already looking good. It's one review.
She'll leave a review without you wasting your time, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
You don't need to waste your time, like this is a waste of time.
I will say the hardest part about this entire endeavor has definitely been getting customers for sure. Because I think something that's interesting that I didn't really think about is that this particular service is so, it's not unique, but the timing of it is unique in terms of when it can be done. No one's gonna do an oil change early because they're just wasting money.
Why?
Wow. Got a lot of leads coming in.
That's good. What's the problem then?
I don't know how I'm gonna fulfill them all.
Well, where did they come from though? Because you've gone from nothing to what's happened. Where did they come from?
We've done a lot of email marketing campaigns as well as a lot of outbound calls.
So these are just purely from dialing, just random numbers basically in Austin.
Prospecting to find the right companies and then putting in the necessary touch points to get a response. Doesn't have to be a yes, but just a response. So some of these are finally coming through.
Sweet, that's awesome. And why is that a problem?
I just don't know how I'm gonna fulfill it. There's so many vehicles to do and the current setup.
So I would just take it step by step. I think instead of freaking out and like overcapitalizing and like going out and buying all the stuff and sort of being scared of the unknown, let's just kind of focus on what you do know, right? And what you do know is that you know how to change oil, you've worked out the pricing, sent through the sort of bits and pieces they need to engage you, maybe put a pause on the prospecting and then get this deal submitted. And then we probably already need to look at hiring someone to work with you.
So in order to promote our free marketing, no digital ads, fugazi, we have 10,000 business cards in the office, and we're gonna be sending out 5,000 per month, which means that in order for me to complete that, I need to send out 250, which means that I need to go run. Wow, did terrible. Yeah, that one was rough. That one was a lot harder than I thought. It was 3.27 miles, and that took 50 minutes. Not my best run, but we were all over the place. Part of the problem why it was so slow was I kept ending up in the same spots that I already went to the first time. So I was like, oh my God. So I just stopped. I just kind of walked those and conserve some energy. But now I'm absolutely starving. I want a burger. I really want a smoothie / a milkshake. Tropical smoothie, Bahama Mama sounds like insane right now. So I'm gonna go eat some agave syrup. I don't know if it's gonna help me, and some water. So let's go get it. But we're all done. 250 done.
One of my fleet customers were pretty far in the pipeline and pretty much like getting ready to close. And he's already looked at the quote, didn't really hear any objections on it, but I just followed up with him because I haven't heard anything back. And he was like, hey, can you send 3 company references the owner is requesting? So I don't have 3, I only have 1.
Who's the one?
The Gold Eagle.
Okay. I mean, this is pretty common trade references, and this is pretty standard. They're just doing this out of process. And I mean, at the end of the day, they're just trying to see if you're not a fly-by-night business, and you're not a fly-by-night business. You're there to do a good job, and you're there to deliver a great service. So, you know, just because you're new doesn't mean that you're going to do a bad job, or you're not worth trusting. You're definitely worth trusting. So use what you have. You've got us. You've changed our oil. We'll vouch for you. Your rep, you've got that relationship, and then the other company the other day that you did, brilliant. That's 3.
Thinking out of the box is not my skill set. I question every day when I chose this.
Burning hotter than the summer, temperature rising to 100 degrees. I got lightning in my finger.
After 2 months of calling, I'm ready to move forward, they're ready to move forward, and the only roadblock we have is the fleet company who manages them. They're the ones that pay the invoices, but we have to be a partner with them, but they're not taking applications. I was pretty much like nervous all day, like barely got anything done really, because I was just kind of going over every single little detail with this thing. And then she didn't even show up on the meeting, which is classic. But after emailing her, calling her cell, and calling the office, she finally called me back and we were able to get back on track. So that's the key, is the follow-up. Is if they don't show up for the meeting, you have to chase them down a little bit.
So how were you feeling?
I don't know, but I will tell you, it's like one of the most craziest emotional roller coasters I've ever been through, for sure. Like, it's just, you could be literally down like 30 minutes ago and then be right back up 5 minutes later. And it's just there's no way to plan for any of that. Our biggest deal ever is almost across the finish line.
Getting tired of like twiddling my thumbs, waiting for people to respond. This is gonna be an interesting challenge.
Will you be my mirror in the middle of the night?
I kind of just bit the bullet there. I learned a tough lesson.
Oh, let me watch me fall down below where the wet earth starts.
We're getting a great lesson on how to not take no for an answer.
It's gonna be a long one.